Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a tier list on the teams for the Call of Duty League for 2023 Modern Warfare 2. And this is going to be a tier list for after the Major 3 tournament. So after Toronto Ultra won and Optic had that amazing losers brackets run that I think also LA Thieves had a run like that in the major before. So we're going to take all the first 3 majors into consideration and rank them from there. And the next tier list after that would be right before Call of Duty Champs. We're gonna have 4 tiers. There's only A tier, S tier, B tier, and F tier. If you're F, well then you're the Minnesota Rocker. We're gonna be starting right here at the bottom. I don't mean to be rude, but Minnesota Rocker, man, you guys gotta get it together. I don't know what's gonna happen, if you guys are gonna stick through and work through those problems, or if you guys are gonna just chalk it up and get a new team. But right now, after Major 3, it's definitely not looking good for y'all. It's really not looking good. You guys need to make a change and need to make it happen quick. Next up is going to be the Florida Mutineers, and you know I'm going to put them in B. I think they're a solid B team because after all the roster changes and all those roster moves, they're looking like a solid team right now, and I think they're looking way better than the Minnesota Rocker right now. I think they found a balance in after all those roster changes, and I think they're going to be sticking with this team that they have at the moment. All right, next up, Atlanta Faze. We're gonna put them in S tier for now. They did win the Major 2, and I'm gonna take that into consideration. But this last major, they did fall off a little bit. That does not mean that they are not S tier. So I'm gonna put them there for now, and then do some final assessments once the tier list is done. Next up, we have the New York Subliners. Man, it's gonna hurt me to do this, but honestly, I'm gonna put them in B. In F. Like it doesn't seem like, besides online, they're not doing good. Like they're on and off online, and then once they get to land after the first major, it looks like they've just completely changed. Like Kismet was looking absolutely different online against Optic in that one match. Like he was shooting Dashy's body. Like I don't know what happened, but for now I'm gonna put him in F. I might move him up to B depending on how the rest of the tiers look. Right now, next we have Toronto Ultra. They are S tier for me right now. In my previous video that you saw, the Call of Duty League pick'ems for Major 3 tournament, I said they're going to make it into the winners final, and after that they are going to make it to a grand final, and they're going to take it all. I predicted them being the winner. I did not predict Optic making that losers run. If I had that prediction, I would have gone Optic all the way. If I thought Optic was going to make that losers run, I would have had Optic all the way winning that in my pick'ems, but I didn't predict that. It still happened. But I did get right that Ultra would win that major. I thought it was their time to shine, and I mean, they did it, man. 4-2 against Optic in the final. Major tip of the hat to Toronto Ultra for winning that, man. I knew they had it in them, and I'm glad they closed it out. Honestly, I wish it was Optic, but what are you going to do? They were a tough team, and Optic's a tough team, but they fell short in a couple matches, and that's what cost them. Anyways, moving on to Seattle Surge. I'm going to put Seattle Surge at a solid B. Right now, they are looking better than they were last major. So this major, I think they stepped it up. So I think right now they're a solid B team. Austin Breach, though, after dropping Zinni, no offense to Zinni, but after dropping him, they've looked really, really good. Beans on that roster is amazing. I think they made it to top 4, if I'm not mistaken, in Major 3. So for now, I'm going to put them A tier. They might be on the lower side of A tier, but that is where they're at for now. Los Angeles Guerrillas. Honestly, don't know where to put them right now, man. I think a 4th tier would help here, but this suffices. This is good enough. Right now, for the moment, I'm gonna skip them for now and see how I feel about these rest of the teams. I'm gonna put London Royal Ravens at F tier as well. We're gonna do that. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. New York is going to go to B, lower B tier. Guerrillas is going to go to top F tier, and Minnesota's all the way at the bottom of the F tier. Next up, we have Optic Texas. Optic Texas is looking solid. For now, I'm going to put them at A because of their new squad with Ghosty. I think Optic's an A team tier, if not top of the A team tier, because of how they are with their new roster. I need to see them win a major. I need to see something huge out of them, because when they had Italy, I remember they only lost one game for Major 2, I believe. And then when it came to the actual major, they lost there. But for now, they're A. They're looking really good right now. Hopefully, they can keep it up, and that way they can move up to the S tier. We're going to have Paris Legion. People might think I'm faded for this, but Paris Legion is going to be high B tier for me, honestly, if not almost breaking into A tier. They, on LAN, they are looking way better than they have before. They're looking better online. They've almost edged out the Minnesota Rocker out of the top 8 placement for Call of Duty Champs, and they have 2 majors to do it, so they might just break through. They're looking like a top B tier team right now. Finally, we have the LA Thieves. They're going to be A tier as well, mid A tier, because of their performance in the last major. So I'm just putting them because of their last 2 majors, Major 1 and Major 2 performance. So I don't know exactly where they stand, so I'm going to put them mid A tier right now. Honestly, this is looking like a good tier list at the moment. I think these 3 teams these definitely need to make a change. So I think this is justifiable right here. These teams need a change. We know all these teams right here are not going to make a change. New York is on the edge of needing that change, man. They need to show up for this next major. If not, they need to do something, because it's not working. And since Major 1 was a couple months ago, everyone's gotten the hang of the game. They need to be playing the game at a different level than they were in that Major 1. Or this S tier seems good to me, with Optic barely almost breaking through that S tier. They just I think they need that major win to solidify them as S tier for this year. Same goes for LA. I need to see them win a major. A top 3, top 4 placement ain't enough. Boston, no one has them winning a major, but if they do, they're one of the teams that can come from behind and just win it. So I'm going to say this is a good set tier list for after Major 3. The next one is going to be before the Call of Duty World Championship, coming in a couple months here. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of my tier list down below in the comments, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great one.